Good day everyone. So this is the final series for the UpFlux quality control machine components, and in this last one the aim of this video, I'm just going to show you how I actually set up the CI/CD pipelines for the quality control machines. And just to give you a glance, so like I mentioned before, the Raspberry Pi in this case is a 32-bit architecture, and for Linux is going to be a Linux ARM. So what we did, the would I say the we found a very good way in order to keep the version control of our packages up to date. And what I actually did was GitHub Actions. You can't actually upload certain files. The certain files you can upload, like in this case .NUGET, you can upload a NUGET file. And so the approach I took to it was, and in our case, the packages running on the actual quality control machines are Debian files. So what I actually did was I created a new spec file and wrapped the actual Debian file in the new spec file. In that case, that allowed us to actually update, or would I say upload, the Debian files to the GitHub repo. So this is just a file, just going to take you through it. So we check out the repo. We also have triggers. So let's say I make a change to the library or the service, and as soon as I push that code and a PR is being merged, what happens is automatically it rebuilds and gives us the latest version of our package. So what this does, it runs on Ubuntu, the 22.04. There were some issues with the Ubuntu latest. I need to check again if that's resolved. So it checks out the repo, and obviously we were using .NET 8 in this case, and we configure, because what actually happens is, in order to gain access to our repo, we set up protection there. You need a secret key, and this secret key is already embedded in our GitHub. So this just gives you access, the name and the password based on the developer, in this case me. We set up obviously the Ubuntu. This pipeline is going to be run on the Ubuntu online Ubuntu agent there in Microsoft. So the certain things it doesn't have, like the CSTAT packages that we're going to use to run the unit test. So once this is set up, we weren't able to get a rev number on the pipeline. So what we did was, before you run an actual pipeline, manually increment the version number in the we have a version.txt file. You manually increment that version number, and when that is done, based off the number in that version file, that number is going to be used to for the version of the actual package. So take that number from there, update the package, restore and actually build the latest version of the package, and set up the systemd file, as well as do the post installation script and the pre-installation script and all of that. So this is the new spec file that I used to wrap it. And without further ado, I would actually run the pipeline to show you how we actually have this set up in UpFlux. So taking you here, I'm just going to navigate to our repo, GitHub Actions, and in this case, let's actually run the monitoring service. So run workflow. Just before we actually do that, don't forget we have to increment the version number. So go back here. Let's actually use this branch. So if we go to this branch, we want to do monitoring service. We have the version txt file. It's currently at 2.03. I'm just going to bump it up till I say 3.2.0. So edit this file. So it's 3.2.0, and commit changes, update version. Let's see, demo. So commit directly to this branch. So we have that committed, and now I'm actually going to go back to the actions. We want to run the monitoring service, run the workflow for 59879. So run this workflow. So we're just going to wait for it to get set up. It's going to come up. Yep, so we have it coming here. So we're just going to see how that's building. So you can see the step by step is installing the dependencies, and now the next one is actually going to read the version from our version.txt file. So
What we are expecting by the time I unzip this file is that we should see version 3.2.0. So just wait for that to build. And also noting that this is a manual build. I manually click build for this, so this is going to be pushed to the build summary page. But in the case of whereby it was automatically messed from a PR, it actually gets sent to the package page. I'm going to show that in a while. So like I mentioned, this is a manual build. As you can see, we're just going to go to the summary page. So if I go to the summary page and navigate to the bottom, you can see it right here. So let's actually open that and unzip that file, and we can see the version of the Debian in that file as well. So if I open up that file, this is it here. I'm going to unzip that. So unzip that, and you can see version 3.2. So now we're going to unzip. That. So if you open up that file, in the content, you can see the Debian package version 3.2.0. Like I mentioned, I'm also going to show you. This is a manual build. That is why it was pushed to the summary page. But if this were to be an automatic build, if I go to the organization itself, and we have a tab called packages, and you're going to see it right here in the package tab. Thank you.